Alright, what's going on guys? It's Disc here. Welcome back to another video. This video is going to be a little different. Instead of playing a video game, I'm going to just be sitting and talking to you, kind of a webcam video. It's going to be a story time. In case you couldn't tell by the title, this video is about my first kiss. So, it was the summer of 2015. I was 13 years old, and I just kind of get had my first girlfriend. She wasn't really my girlfriend. She was more of just kind of a thing. But we've been talking. It was about July when all of this went down, and we'd been talking since about February of that year. So we met in like February of 2015. So we weren't really that serious up until I'd say about June, when I kind of told her I liked her. And then we started talking more and more often. We were never really girlfriend and boyfriend. Actually, we were for 7 hours because I told her I wanted to go out with her, and she said, "Okay, fine, we can." But then I went to bed right after that, and I woke up the next morning and she sent me a text saying she wasn't ready for a relationship. But so yeah, we dated for about 7 hours, but we'd been a thing for a good, I'd say about 6 months. So, um, this happened in about July. What was happening is the week before that, I was on vacation in Arizona and we were talking, and she kind of brought up the idea of, hey, what would it be like if we kiss? Kind of like a joke. And I responded, only one way to find out. So she was like, "Are you being serious?" And I said, "Do you want to?" And she was kind of like, "If you want to." So I said, "Yeah, sure, I'll do it." And she said, "Okay, fine. When should we do this?" And I said, "Well, I'm on vacation right now, so when I get back sometime." So she was like, "Okay." So I wasn't the best at talking to girls back then, as you can tell. I still am not. But anyways, I'm not gonna mention her name, by the way, for safety reasons. But anyways, I go on the vacation, I come back, and I'd say that Wednesday I asked her to come over. So she sees she couldn't drive at the time, so she sees if her mom can drive her, and she could. So I wait for about, I'd say, 20 minutes. She didn't. She kind of lived a little bit away, so she finally gets here, and she pulls up, and I go out. Me and my mom go out to talk with her and her mom because they kind of knew each other, and it was just kind of a big family kind of clique. And we talked for a minute, and me and her the whole time were just kind of sitting there looking at each other really awkwardly because we know what we're here for. And I was 13 at the time, so I was kind of freaking out. I was thinking, oh, I'm about to earn my manhood today. And so they're done talking. We go back in the house and we go upstairs. And we don't kiss right away. We just kind of sit there talking for a little while, talk about random stuff. We watched a movie, so we were up there for about probably 3 hours, 4 hours, and we were watching Step Brothers. I remember that. The movie finished, and like it was probably about 20 minutes before she was about to leave, and I kind of brought up the idea. So I told her, you know what you're here for, right? And she was like, yeah, do you still want to do it? And I said, only if you still want to do it. And she was like, well, I want to do it. So I said, okay, let's do it. So we get up and we go to the corner of the room because we were upstairs, and how my house is kind of built is it's not a big upstairs. It's basically like an attic, kind of. So I shouldn't really set upstairs. It's really kind of like an attic. So, and the way my house is built is in a hallway. You can see right up there, and my mom kind of goes back and forth in through that hallway. So if we stood right in front of the doorway, she would see us, and we didn't want that. So we went to the corner of the room, and we just kind of stood there awkwardly for a second, and then she starts laughing, and then I said, "What?" And she says, "I'm gonna hug you now." Like, okay. So we just stood there for probably about 10 minutes, just kind of holding each other. It was really, really awkward and weird. And then we kind of let go, and then we kind of look at each other, and we just kind of sit staring at each other for, I'd say, another 5 minutes. And then I say, okay, on the count of 10. And she's like, okay. And then I go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we just still are staring at each other awkwardly. And I say, okay, this time we're going to do it for real on the count of 10. And I count down from 10 and we still don't do it. And we probably did that, I'd say, about 5 times. And then she says, okay, here's how we're gonna do it. I'm gonna set up a phone and record it, or take a picture of it, like set it on a timer, and we do it right as the timer hits one, so it'll take a picture of us. I always do things better while I'm being filmed. So I was like, okay, sure, why not? So she sets the phone kind of next to a little upstairs window and kind of puts it right there on the windowsill. And I say, "You ready?" Yeah. So she presses the take the picture button and the timer starts going down and my heart is pounding out of my chest at this point. I was like, "Oh my God, I'm about to do this. This is about to be insane." And it gets to three, two, one, and we lean in and do it. Like we just kiss, and it lasted I'd say about 3 seconds, and it was the weirdest thing I'd ever done. Now that I think of it, now that I've kissed a few girls since then, it was an awful, awful kiss. But at the time, I was 13. I didn't know what I was doing, and I was like, "Oh my God, that was amazing." So. I kind of get back, and me trying to be like this tough guy, give off this tough charisma. I was just kind of like, yeah, it was all right. And you could tell she thought it was like really, really good. But since I was trying to give off this tough guy kind of attitude, she was kind of disappointed that I didn't think it was good. But in reality, I really did because I was the biggest douchebag on the planet. And so literally, I'd say about 2 minutes later, her mom rings the doorbell. I'm like, I guess you gotta go home now. And she was like, yeah. I'm like, I'll walk you downstairs. So I walked downstairs with her, and her mom's standing there, and she's like, "Did you two have fun?" And we kind of look at each other and laugh, and because it was kind of like I couldn't look her mom in the eye. I know it was just a kiss, but like I said, I was 13, so I thought it was like I just had sex with her. And she was like, "Did you have fun?" And we just kind of look at each other and laugh. And she was like, "You two must have had fun because y'all wouldn't be laughing if you didn't." So she takes her home, and I text her right after she leaves and I said, "So, what did you think of it?" And she was like, "I thought it was really good, but I don't think you seemed to like it." And I said, "No, I liked it." And she was like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Well, okay, good." And and we ended up talking, I'd say for about 2 months after that because I'd say like nah, more like a month after that because what happened was I ended up texting her something that wasn't true and she found out it was a lie and she just kind of said forget you, goodbye. So I was like, oh, okay, because I ended up getting my phone taken away for like 2 months and we just kind of drifted apart since then. And when we tried to bring the relationship back a little bit when I got my phone back, but didn't work out. Uh, so yeah, anyways, guys, if you liked the video, remember to leave a like, comment, subscribe. This is kind of an awkward, really weird story, but I thought you guys should know. It was pretty funny now that I look back on it. It was good times. The summer of 2015 was probably one of the best times of my life so far. So, a lot happened then. But anyways, yeah, if you liked the video, remember to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!